Welcome everyone. We are here for Italy for round number 9 of the season. And as you saw on the screen, there was combined constructors up there. I did not have those finished. Those were not finished in time, but regardless, I'll be going over those as well with the points when those are mentioned. So, T-Rock, and that is Aaron Ocon's brother making his first start, giving a little toe to T-Rock on his outlap. That was in the outlap, let him by, but regardless, we have some history here in this race. The two cousins, Aaron Ocon and John Busy, making their first start. Well, their first start as people being related in this league. So we have the two brothers racing. How much of a rivalry would that be? But I'm joined by Atlantis J20. Didn't get that up there till now. I'm joined by Atlantis. Atlantis, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good myself. I was gonna say, it took you a while to introduce me.
Yeah, it did.
I was a bit worried that you completely forgot me.
It did. No, I'm glad I'm joined by you. Tier 3 today. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, alright. We're gonna do this a lot. When people commentate on me, I usually interrupt them. People usually interrupt me, but it's all good. I'll try and stay quiet as much as I can because I'm usually a talkative type of guy. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to today's race.
Hey, we got a great race in Italy right now with the way this is looking. I mean, we got some people making their first starts right now. Chevy Giant first start in 3 races. Dominant Square is returning and already up to 6th place already. How about that from Dominant Square? We also have Mr. Ian and Bones back again in the McLaren full-time ride for now. We also have as well John Busy, Aaron Ocon's brother, making his first start as well. So interesting field we got right now, I gotta say, Atlantis.
Yeah, there is. It's very interesting. Obviously, we also have people like Burning Man returning after a superb race last week after we got P9. Obviously, we've got people like Patriot after last week, impressive win. So he'll be looking for another win today. And obviously, we've got, what's his H-Choice now's first race as well?
Second.
Second, okay, obviously.
Yep.
I mean, I didn't really see much of him last week, so hopefully he can put on a better performance this week. But yeah, Italy, it's quite a simple circuit. Obviously, you only have that sector 3 where it brings in that real trouble, and the chicane in sector 2. But yeah, it's quite an easy track to try overtake. So we should see a lot of overtakes today, a lot of action, hopefully. Now I've said that, we're going to see nothing, but
Yeah, he sure just spun out. He's got to be careful by re-entering the racetrack the way he did. But regardless, let's go over the point standings. I think that's probably what we should do now.
Yeah, just spun again in the same place.
There you go. Yeah, down at turn 3. But either way, let's go over the point standings. I think that's the most fair thing to do right now. Right now, Chevy Giant has a 1-point lead, Atlantis. A 1-point lead. It was 67-1. From 3 races. Hissy is 50 points back. The rest of them are more than 2 races behind. 2 races or worse behind. That's the way it goes. Combined constructors as well. I want to mention that because with combined constructors, Williams and Red Bull are 1-2. After this week, or after the most previous week, those two, Williams, Red Bull, have been improving a lot. Williams mainly in Tier 1, and Williams in Tier 2 as well. So they've been improving. They're Tier 3 team as well. When Data Lucas has not been able to show up, he's not able to show up today. But regardless, an improvement from them as well. Red Bull doing way better. They've improved a ton. But Atlantis, there's also 2 constructor standings. Your team, Toro Rosso, is sitting up there, 44 points. Or 143 points. 44? Okay, 143. Sorry for the mistake. But 3 teams have reached over the 100-point mark, and 2 drivers have reached over the 100-point mark in Tier 3 as well. In the driver standings, what are you looking forward to the most as of right now with all this?
Definitely the Davis and the Chevy Giant battle, for sure. That battle for the title at the end of the season.
Oh, contact! Hold up!
Hold
up! Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a penalty? I'll check that. Is that a penalty?
I don't think it was a penalty.
It might be.
I don't think so, but that was a bit of a dangerous act after Chevy Giant's lap was complete. And yeah, Aaron Ocon up to 4th though. Ooh.
I think Ditto was for a lap as well.
Yeah, that's probably going to be looked at.
as I was saying, yeah, I'm looking forward to the Chevy Giant Davis battle. Right now, there's just underneath a tenth between them, under a tenth between them for second and third. Obviously, it's going to get to Brazil, and if it is as close as it is now, yeah, it's going to get very heated going into Brazil for sure. But we'll focus on this week, and we'll see how both of them do. Obviously, 1 point can change everything in a championship. So let's just hope for the best for both drivers.
Well, think about it. Fastest lap or pole point. Say Davis gets fastest lap or pole point. That's an extra point for him. If he's in the top 10, of course. But that's what's going to matter at the end of the season at this point. That's what it's going to come down to. Biggest surprise, though, in driver and constructor standings. My biggest surprise in constructor standings. Racing Point, with how much they've improved a lot. They've improved a ton with Florian Foley and now Patriot. Patriot has really got them up there last week, 30-something points. A little bit of a toe, I think, to Chevy Giant, but I don't think Chevy Giant wanted that. Regardless, you also had Williams up there with Dada Lucas, not been able to show up the past few weeks, not been able to do what he needs to, but he's been able to have the constructors' gap be where it should be. As well as Red Bull improving with CJ Pants on the podium for the first time last week as well. So interesting right there. My surprise, though, I gotta say, Just Dylan Boy, how he's still in the top 5 in points after not being here since Singapore. Yeah, it's been a problem, I guess, for him. But he does plan to maybe return to the final 2 races, possibly, if that's the way it goes.
I hope he does,
who do you see as a favorite?
Dylan Boy is a very... I just want to comment on what you said. Dylan Boy is a very... he's a great driver. Obviously, in the first few races which he could attend, he done very well. It's unfortunate, the circumstances which he's not allowed to race at the moment. But obviously, like you said, hopefully he can come back to the last 2 races of the season and hopefully fight the likes of Davis and Chevy Giant and Patriot and even Aaron Ocon. And yeah, but you never know. Take away a few points, and then try and make a difference and be that little hindrance to make them stop winning. Exactly, be that little hindrance to make one of them not win it. Extend that gap between Chevy Giant and Davis, because if one of them comes second, the other one comes 12th, and Dylan's in that middle. Dylan comes third. It's gonna make a hindrance in one of their championship battles. So when he comes back, hopefully he can definitely make a impact again. But as you were saying before, my favourites going into this race, or my biggest surprises, obviously this season so far. I think for me, Burning Man, obviously I know him personally, but this is not even me being biased. He's made it for having the game just about 2 months now. I think it's like the 2-month dead mark. The mark, like 2 months for having it. He's made a massive improvement on how well he's performing. Especially how he got P9 last week for his first ever points in F1 League racing, which is very impressive. Another one for me would also be definitely Square. Obviously, Square's only ever raced. This is his fifth race.
Yeah,
ever ever, and to be currently 8th right now in the qualifying is absolutely stupendous from him. And my final surprise of the season for sure is I'm gonna give it to CJ Pants. I feel like at the start he wasn't up there, but now I feel like he's progressed a lot more from when he started, and I'm very impressed with the performances he's put in, especially in Britain, how he got that P2 on that last lap. That was intense.
Lack of in this qualifying session. Dominic Square going back out on the racetrack after being 8th on the leaderboards. 8th. Dominic Square's best qualifying was Hungary back in 10th place, which is he's still new to the F1 game. He's just like Burning Man. Never really owned an F1 game. He's played racing games before, but that's a thing. F1's not like a full-time job of league racing for him. It's more of a when I want to, when I can, and he's filling in for his driver Zig Starburst. But Burning Man's on 8 laps softs right now, I noticed.
Oh, wow.
Either way, who is all coming to the line? There's a Mercedes. That is Luke B going up to 10th. The Torosso Davis goes fastest, 72 1,000ths.
Nice.
And the McLaren comes to the line as well. Mr. Ian Anna Bones is coming. No, that's H2O. Up to 9th. Now the Red Bull behind that, CJ Pants is getting a
Oh, Chevy's spun. Oh, Chevy.
Fire King is out.
Chevy was on his outlap. Chevy was on his outlap and he spun
to 7th. And now Mr. Ian and Bones has spun as well. Mean Boy's retired. Hissy's now retired. That Ferrari, no, that Alfa Romeo coming to the final corner. That's Aaron Ocon completing his outlap.
Chevy's
And
going to get disqualified if he sits there.
That's true. He
You're
did.
disqualified. Oh.
Coming to the line as well is the Mercedes Sync starting a lap. The Racing Point. Who was that? Oh, yeah, Chevy Giant dropped down this order, but GSR Patriot on his outlap, completing that outlap, and now starting a lap, coming to the final corner as well. A Kimbos. No, that's not a Kimbos. That's the other Williams. That is Miss Ditto coming to the final corner, starting her lap. And now the Red Bull as well. And there's a spin, I think. That's GSR Raptor out of Ascari.
I'm not going to spawn as well. He's to the wall. Oh.
Red Bull to the line. CJ Pants is going to complete the checkered flag.
Oh, no. Oh. He hit his cousin and brother. He hit his brother. Hey, Aaron got a 5 penalty. He hit his brother.
H2O Snail to the line. Not going to improve whatsoever. Dominant Square to the line. Stays 10th place. Ditto and Sync coming to the line. But an interesting qualifying session so far.
And Patriot's off as well. Patriot's been involved in that.
A lot has went on in this qualifying session. A lot changing at the very end. Sync on mediums though.
Starting P8.
Yeah, that is true.
Aaron Ocon. Wow.
Both Renaults mid-pack. McLaren's really far between them with H2O and Bones as well. CJ Pants, a 4th place start for him. And Davis on pole for the 2nd time in ARL. But Sync is going to go up to 6th.
He's 6th in the medium. Wow. Good lap time for him. Good lap time for him. And we're now watch this one.
Yep. Completing her lap to finish. Yep. Apparently Square had a DRS failure and still was 7 tenths behind. So that's all that happened to him.
That's impressive. That's very impressive.
And yeah, the O'Callahan Civil War. Aaron Ocon pulled out right in front of his brother, but Ditto.
As Ditto finishes 17th. And
Hey, Atlantis, what if I told you so far most watched stream? 14 minutes in.
Wow. Wow. It shows that I'm the best commentator. I'm joking.
Obviously, seen the gap between 1 and 2. It's been close, but then you see the gap behind that. It's not close. Very close from everyone else back from really P6 on back. Davis, Patriot, Aaron Ocon, CJ Pants, Kimbos, the top 5. Sync on the mediums is 6th. Mean Boy 7th. Fire King 8th. H2O 9th. Luke B 10th. And outside the top 10 are guys like Dominant Square, Raptor, Florian Foley, Hissy, Bones, and Chevy Giant down in the DQ area.
You forgot T-Rock.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying based off of some guys outside the top 10. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
going to sit here and go through everyone, of course, but yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, Aaron Ocon got that 5 grid place penalty, so he'll be starting P8. So that means Fire King does move up to P7, which is, I think, is his best qualifying yet to date.
Well, P20 to where from Chevy Giant? Where does he go? How did things go for him? He's got a big day in the championship. He's got to keep that championship lead with Davis starting on pole as well by 72 thousandths. Davis needs to keep that championship lead, and it's not going to go too well if Davis can sit here and be that far back. Oh yeah, I want to mention something with tier placements that's probably screwy and weird, but the tier 3 pole time was quicker than my lap in LDRL earlier this week, the partner league. It was quicker than that by 2/10, and it would be 13th in tier 1.
Regular corner cutting. Remember that.
Yeah, keep that in mind. We've already had 30 people watching at this point. Either way, I'm going to go through 2 favorites. Atlantis, you go through 2 favorites. I'm going to go with Davis 2K7. I'll let you pick Patriot if you want. But Davis 2K7. Thing is with him, pole position. 2nd time. I believe this is the 2nd week in a row. Maybe 2nd of the last 3. But Davis on pole position. What's going to happen for him? Because Davis is 1 point behind in the championship, leading the constructors with Toro Rosso. All is going to matter here when it comes to the final race. Davis has to give it his all, and Davis has to do everything right today to get ahead of Chevy Giant, because Chevy Giant starts P20, and I want to go with the other rival, Chevy Giant, down in P20. What's going to happen to him? You know, P20, after being disqualified in qualifying, he was behind Davis. After Davis switched to medium traction, Davis has improved a ton, and Davis's pace has gone insanely quick. And now Chevy Giant, is that enough to challenge a championship for him? Does Davis win this championship this season? All goes on this season, could change things, as I think Chevy Giant just hit someone on the formation lap. He did. But regardless, Chevy Giant sitting for P20. Can he recover up to the front of the field? And can he get from P20 to a podium? We've not seen that since last season, back at Brazil. No one's got a podium since Brazil last season, which was race number 4 in the league. We've reached race 49 today. Atlantis, 2 favorite. Can't be the same ones.
So, as we got to do this quickly, because the formation map is ending, one of my favourites is Sync, P5 on the mediums, different strategy, and definitely has the speed to beat those in front of him. And my second one is Fire King, just because this is his best qualifying ever going into this race, I believe. P7, he's got the pace today to definitely try and fight it from some good positions. And I want to mention one more, because we have one more driver we've got to get back to the grid. I want to say Square. Square doesn't really, like you said in qualifying, Square isn't really a full-time league racer like the rest of these drivers are. He's just a casual. If he'll race. So obviously, I'm looking out for him today and seeing how well he can do.
Started close to the front at Hungary as well. Look where he started there. Had a decent race, had a decent pace, but never went to go right for him. Either way, how do things shape up at the Italian Grand Prix? Here we go for the start of the race. 5 red lights come upon us here in Italy. And here we go. We are waving that green flag about now because we are going and we are away. Davis, Patriot side by side, but the slipstream is going to matter into turn 1 a ton. Patriot side by side with Davis.
Great start.
Patriot into turn 1 side by side with Davis. Cars going off at the back. Davis gets turned. There's a massive collision. And the 2 Toro Rosas have collided. Aaron Ocon up to 2nd. Sync cut turn 1. And there's a massive collision. Only a VSC out of that. Oh my god. And yeah, you guys are right. It's regular corn cutting, but holy cow. Damage. Keep that in mind.
He does have damage, but how due to his
Can somebody tell me what happened there? What
I
in
don't
the
know,
world?
but after all, Chevy Giant has made his way up to P17 after that. Dominant Square's down to
That was a
P18.
car park.
I think I've jinxed Dominant Square. And CJ Pants as well, and Patriot. I think I've jinxed all 3 of them.
Chevy Giant. I think the whole field has damage. I don't know. Yeah, that's a typical Italy start from the guys in the back, not always knowing what they're doing. But Davis sitting down at 14th as well. Got spun on lap 1. This is huge for the championship. Chevy Giant sitting at 17th.
Like his whole front left wing, I'm not sure.
I know from what that.
P2.
Yeah, 30 people just witnessed that. Here we go. Aaron Ocon has some damage. Sync had to cut turn 1 because he got hit from the back. But the top 3 have damage. So keep in mind, the leader of this race is going to be between Akimbos and Me Boy right now. But side by side for P2 with Aaron Ocon and Sync, who's going to have to try to pit here. Sync stays out. Now what's for the race lead is Sync taking that fastest lap. But Mean Boy, without any damage, I think is going to take this race lead.
Davis has a pit. He didn't get damage from that turn 1 incident, so he's doing.
He does,
he must have not got damage.
I thought he did.
Maybe
this changes the whole running order. Well, I know Fairy King and both of them had as well.
I think the T-Rock just hit Davis and gave him damage.
There goes Burning Man off the running order. There he goes, missing the Bullards, but Fairy King, Akimbos, Patriot, Aaron Ocon, and Dominant Square all pit on the first lap, but side by side between Raptor and Mean Boy. Oh, Sync goes off as well. He's gonna have to try to.
Raptor's gonna try it.
And there he goes by. Raptor goes ahead.
Wow, Raptor's a pretty good chance to win this now. There's a lot of people behind him.
P1, oh my god.
Wow, Raptor, so far, best ever race he's ever had.
And Mystery in Bones, after denying a podium in Singapore, goes by for P3 while Sync on the mediums. And down the order, John Busy goes. I think he was the one who caused that pileup at the start, but they're all close here. Davis took A7, trying to battle then, and maybe going to make a double overtake here on Hissy. Not enough. Side by side with John Busy though. Chevy Giant right behind this is Davis and Chevy Giant, who got caught up in the lap 1 mess, but off the racetrack, that is Aaron Ocon.
He's had a terrible start. He's had a terrible start.
In the slipstream, into turn 1, Mr. Ian and the Bones gaining on Sync for P2. Not enough.
This touch tries to make the move. Backed out. good.
T-Rock by Chevy Giant as well. Missing turn
And
2
T-Rock goes
though.
wide. T-Rock from the gravel, he spun. Oh, he nearly hit his buddy, man.
So just keep in mind, look at the positions gained. Everyone in the top 9 is gained positions because of how that start is. We've never seen a start where it's been like that in ARL, but
no, he spun. Oh no, and he's gone wide in the gravel, meaning Chevy Giant's not about to overtake him.
And Hissy, Chevy Giant goes side by side, wheel to wheel. At the Lesmos, it is Chevy Giant going ahead. Miss Ditto trying to go side by side with H2O Snail for P5 now. Side by side.
He's come back at him.
Fully gonna experience this. H2O backed off, smart decision there. Fully goes by. Hissy and Chevy Giant, like you said. That was close. So think about this. I think Sync does have damage. Think about all this. The Chevy Giant's in the slipstream. Chevy Giant came from P20. Patriot got hit at the start. Patriot hit into Davis. At the very back now, he's gonna need a safety car. Yep. And think about all this. At the start, Davis got wrecked. He's got to back up to P6 after being that far down. Davis has his DRS disabled, I think. Davis doesn't have any DRS. His DRS might be stuck open or stuck closed.
As Disco does cut that corner. Does cut turn 2.
Either way, though, we don't usually see that in the starts of the race, though. We don't usually see that. So, yeah, I don't know what will happen, but there's probably gonna be a lot of storing clips from that one.
Pit lane. Mean boy, oh,
side by side with Patriot.
Inside.
A little battle here for P15. Contact made.
Mean boy do that traction.
Out of turn 3. Mean Boy's going to be ahead of Patriot now, but Patriot trying for the switchback here. Is he going to try Daniel Ricciardo? What he did in 2014? No, he's not.
Mean Boy outbreaks.
And Mean Boy locking up.
Oh.
Patriot can't get by.
Close.
Now, hissing
Give
gets by
Chevy
Patriot, Snail there. And Florian Foley's off the racetrack.
Yellow flag.
And coming back into the circuit, there's a VSC, and Kimball's is out.
As Luke overtakes Sync as well. We missed that. And Raptor, 2.4 gap. 2.6. Gee. Oh, Raptor's pit. This might have helped Raptor massively to win the race.
The pitting. Sync is speeding in the pit lane as well. Davis pits, but Miss Ditto stays out. So, with this VSC, does this help the guys back there? Patriots are sure going to be screwed because of the battle with Mean Boy. But Furry King already pitted, so where's he going to be?
Where's he going to come out?
I'm just thinking, all the big name drivers, besides Sync, Akimbo's leaving the session, but Akimbo's had trouble already. Chevy Giants, Patriots had trouble. Sync had damage. And there you go.
P8.
Here's team.
Yeah, we're back to racing. As they say in NASCAR.
But no, all the big drivers, all the big name drivers have had trouble. And Hissy, I think, is the only driver who stayed out, who probably is up there in the championship. So, you know, right now, Raptor's leading this race by 3.9 seconds, technically. Net P1, really, this is. And he has a 15-second gap between Ditto and him. So, pit stop around here is 21 seconds. I'm just thinking now, it's going to be a battle between Raptor, Luke, and Davis. Can Davis catch back up from being spun out on the first lap? A spin and win? Does that work for Davis?
Maybe.
And not only to mention, Raptor started down in P12. Ditto started P17. I mean, just think about the guys here who started down very low. Raptor started P12. If Raptor comes to win this race, this would be the lowest someone on the grid someone has won a race. Keep that in mind.
Square on John. On the outside. Square tries to go back at him. Square with the traction. My god, he's got a lot of traction through that corner.
I think this is John Busy's first league race, but Bones and Ditto all pit. Now, where do they come out in this battle with them?
I'm saying P9 for Ditto. Actually, no, P7 for Ditto, I reckon.
Bones, yeah, may have had a front wing change, but yeah, Ditto comes out right behind Fire King.
Yeah.
So
Ditto, this might actually be. This one's had a very good pit stop there.
And I'm telling you right now, if Fire King and Davis work together in the slipstream, if Davis catches up to pass Luke B, your Torosso drivers, Atlantis, might be on for a podium here. And CJ Pants misses turn 1.
And Chevy Giant, after that start he's made his way back up to P11, and he's now in DRS. And
same with Patriot. He was down
in
what, P17?
Yes. And Patriots down on P17. As we now have King Kenseth, whoever that is, join the session.
Yeah, CJ Payne just missed the
Payne
curve there into the corner, but I'm looking at Raptor and Luke again. 3.4 seconds. After all that lap 1 mess, I can't believe I'd be saying this, but Raptor might be able to win this race.
And
I don't want to jinx anything.
Right, he might be able to win.
I don't want to jinx anything, but here, Davis, you know, after that spin, if he recovers all the way down from outside the points to win, a spin and win, that'd be impressive. But Raptor's got to do a lot to hold him off, you know. I mean,
the good thing
Luke and Raptor keeping the gap pretty close as well. And I mean, Fire King is on a run for podium as well. And we have a yellow flag. Mr. Enan and Bones off.
Bones. A Sink tries to move a floor in, maybe.
Square tried to get by him, and he almost lost it. But Chevy Giant on Meat Boy down the front straightaway for P10.
Davis passed Luke into turn 1.
There you go. And there's your battle for first lead now. Chevy Giant. Fastest lap by him. Luke B is a little bit sideways. So now, Fire King, this might be his chance for a podium. So Davis, 3.5 second gap halfway into this race to Raptor. We've already had a mess at the start. You usually don't see that. Mr. Enan and Bones is out of the session.
Hey, Schwartz now
so
on
this is your battle for the race win then. Mr. Enan and
Bones. Double overtake. Ooh, he's made it work. Sort of. Schwartz now sending the inside.
But with Davis and Raptor, this might be your battle for the race win right at this point. 3.6 seconds. Raptor has to keep it clean at this point. He has to keep everything going right and have nothing go wrong. Chevy Giant still stuck behind Mean Boy for 10th position, really. Davis is sitting 3rd. Net P2 right now, if you think about it.
Net P2. So,
really, Davis here, you know, is going to get P2.
And
Chevy Giant might get P9.
That gap
into Ascari. Chevy Giant! And Mean Boy side by side through Ascari. How did they make that work?
Mean Boy the better runoff, but Chevy Giant with that slipstream. Davis fast lap right there for
him, and that's going to change things for sure because Chevy Giant previously had that as well. Well, not only that, he had the pole point, if I'm pretty sure as well. So that's he wins this race at 27 points and 3.0, 2.8 is that gap between Raptor and him. This is going to be a battle of a lifetime for what could be this race win. Hissy trying to stay out, bet on another safety car. That's not going to happen because we've probably reached a limit. And Chevy Giant, like you said, goes by Mean Boy and is ahead and stays ahead now. Patriot on Ditto for P6. These two had a little battle. Austria as well, going back and forth. And down the inside, Patriot goes into the chicane. Side by side, Patriot's really going to force this. And Ditto goes off the racetrack while Patriot keeps that position where he was.
He tries it.
.4 between Raptor and Davis now as we come to 5 laps to go this time. Davis is really catching. He's trying everything he can.
Sink again on the back of Mean Boy now. DRS open for both of them.
Gonna have to get the slipstream here to make a pass and make it work. Into Ascari this time. Not gonna be enough. But he's gonna dive it down the inside. He's gonna go through.
A little bit of a tracking stop.
Yeah, it worked.
It worked, and now he had a great run off there. He's on the back of Chevy now in a heartbeat.
H2O by Aaron Ocon into... No, Aaron Ocon gets back by into Ascari. Keeping it clean there. And all good between those guys. Sink and Chevy Giant, though, for P9. And Miss Ditto gets passed by Patriot into turn 1.
Sink.
Now Sink on the Chevy. The difference of tires. Yep, soft and mediums. Burning me with the 5 second. And now, side by side. Sink does not get by, but they're still side by side. Mean Boy getting in the mix of this as well. And Chevy Giant stays ahead.
H-Choice now on the back of ARL. Now it's turn 1.
Net P1. Net P1, look at that. Davis has a warning. Raptor has 2 warnings. Don't know if they were for collisions, though. So it's all up for debate of what will happen.
Patriot's catching 5 at this point as well. Patriot 7
Once Hissy pits, he's going to be back toward P8, P9-ish, around there. So this puts everyone else up in position from what it looks like at this point. And yeah, everyone can probably agree that was such a mess at turn 1. We usually don't see that. Patriot sideways off of the Ascari corner. And now, gaining on Fire King for position. Sink gets by Chevy. Now, Patriot gaining on Fire King. Fire King weaving on the straight, trying to keep that position, to keep the slipstream away. A yellow flag, don't know where that is, but now
I think
Patriot goes through and goes by Fire
Patriot
King.
goes through.
And Hissy yet to pit, but what is for the net race lead? 1.2 seconds between Davis and
1.2.
Raptor. Raptor trying to hold on, but Raptor goes a little bit wide into turn 1 and out of turn 2.
That gives Davis
Fire
a
King
lot
getting
of confidence
Patriot.
there.
Fire King dives it in, hits Patriot. A little bit of contact, goes off the racetrack, and those two are not going to be happy with
Ditto's
one
now in the
another
mix of
because
this.
big contact. Now Fire King getting through turn 3 on Patriot, going side by side with Patriot. He's almost going to turn him there. It was close.
Chevy's cut turn 1
Fire
and then
King
gone
goes
through the
wide.
runoff.
Ditto goes through. Chevy Giant's outside the points there right now. P11, this is not where he wants to be.
Between P1, P2 net, P1, P2, 6 tenths. Davis is catching
He has
Raptor
to pit though as
fast.
well. I'm surprised why he's yet to pit like this. Raptor
If
goes
I was
wide.
Sissy, I pit this lap. As John Busy lays the session.
Now for what is the race lead right here? What might be the race win? Davis getting a Raptor, trying to go into a Parabolica, but now out of the exit of Parabolica with a few
Yellow
left,
flag,
Beam Boy
Mercedes,
and Sink is out. Now for the race lead, Davis on Raptor. Davis to the outside, Raptor protecting Raptor in the wall. They both go around and out. They both go out. Raptor with the damage, and Raptor keeps the race lead for now as Raptor blocking and making contact with Davis.
That was Raptor all over that. That was what
Raptor
happened to me
misses
and
turn 1.
Polo.
Yeah,
That was what happened to me and Polo.
that was way worse though. That was way worse. And Davis,
way worse.
championship implications, going out of the race, and now Luke B for what could be his first win. Luke B goes by for what is the race lead right now.
That was so
And Luke B goes around! Luke B goes around!
Oh no.
Here comes Patriot! Here comes Patriot! And Ditto's there
He's
as well!
on the track. Ooh.
3 spins out of the race lead already! No, not even that! 4 spins out of the race lead! And the Renault and Toro Rosso rivalry continues again.
Yeah, this is not good. I think this has been the biggest rivalry I think ever to happen in Alpha. In the 2 seasons.
Chevy Giant goes off the racetrack as well. Everyone who's been up front besides Patriot has had issues.
Remember,
with the race, and now Patriot for the race lead.
Remember, if
Hissy's
Chevy
pitting
Giant
now.
doesn't get a
No,
point,
he's not.
If Chevy Giant
Hissy's
doesn't
gonna
get
be
a point,
disqualified.
if Chevy Giant doesn't get a point, Davis ties with him in the championship lead, and Chevy I think has damage.
Correct, and this puts Hissy back into it, but the problem is, Hissy's yet to pit, and he should be pitting. But now, Patriot takes what is the race lead because Hissy has stayed out. He's yet to pit.
And Davis still has the fastest lap. Davis could actually be 1 point in front of Chevy Giant if he doesn't get a point.
No, because the fastest lap is only the top 10 now.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that's me being stupid.
So he's
Don't
going to be
worry,
tied.
He'll be tied.
Me
And I
Boy and
think Chevy's
T-Rock
got
now.
damage.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's going very slowly.
He might. A big questionable collision there, but I don't know what to say.
Yeah, well, obviously everything will be looked at after the race.
I recommend this chat calms down here because I won't be allowing people to feel like that. But now for what is P2, Ditto could be even on for a podium. I'm surprised by this right now. Ditto on Raptor trying down the inside, not enough right there. But Hissy is probably going to be disqualified now because of what's going on. I'm so confused, honestly. But Raptor goes off and Ditto goes through. But now here comes Fire King. Fire King for a podium.
Oh,
and here comes CJ as well.
Oh no. The Toro Rosso versus Renault, and it has missed it.
Now.
Oh. As
Ditto
Fire King has gone through.
Goes by. Yeah, they
This
go
could be
by,
Fire
and
King's
now Luke B is
first
off
ever
again.
podium.
CJ Pants goes by
Fire
Raptor
King's
the
on a
switch.
podium. Fire King's on a
Yeah,
podium.
because Hissy would be disqualified if he didn't pit, but now for P2, here comes Fire King to the outside of Ditto, side by side into turn 1. Ditto staying ahead, but Fire King with the switchback.
Oh, big contact.
CJ Pants is there to
CJ
challenge,
Pants is now
just
in the
like
middle of
last
the
week.
fifth.
Now here comes Raptor back in with a missing front wing. Could he contend for this? Now this is all for a podium. Here comes Fire King to the outside.
He's made
Ditto
it. He's made it
stretches
work.
back.
Ditto shouldn't die.
Oh, Ditto.
He's made it work.
Fire King goes through for P2! And Patriot, how about this? After spinning Davis on lap 1, this could be questionable. Chevy Giant's out! Chevy Giant's out, and Dominant squares for the points!
Davis!
Dominant squares for the points! Oh my god.
Wow.
Well, Patriot,
Ditto one
it's
last
definitely
attempt.
under review. It's definitely under review because Patriot and Davis made contact in lap 1. Question is, will there be a penalty? What will happen? But right now, the battle for P2 stays as well. Patriot, after a lap 1 collision being so far back down in P17, he's gonna come home to take the race victory in Monza. Patriot does it, and now get your chip paid out for Fire King up first podium
P2.
and Ditto as well.
Ditto P3 CJ. Mad. Madness.
The first French driver to be on the podium as well, and Raptor stays P5 but questionable penalties. Now for P6 is the T-Rock Mean Boy Flooring Foley, and give it up for Dominant Square for his first point and league racing. If this 5-second penalty gets removed, I think he has. But right now, it is Dominant Square P10. Oh my god.
He keeps it.
He will keep it.
He keeps it.
Oh my god.
Burning Man across the line, P14, not as good as last week, but he has made. Burning Man under 5 seconds. Wow. Wow. Amazing.
Holy cow.
What was that? I don't know what that was. I'll be 2 seconds.
A first podium for 2 of these guys already, but oh my god, how about that? Just like another underdog, one.
Wow, that was very, very intense.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I'm in a loss for words. I have no idea what just happened.
Well, let's keep everyone who's in the party now and not invite anyone else. But the thing is, guys, that was probably a cluster of a race, but I've got to ask. Fire King first podium, Patriot, you take the win. A French driver on the podium for the first time. But, guys, how the hell did you guys keep that clean? It was pure luck for some people out there, but it stayed the way it was. Probably the most chaotic race yet. I'm gonna swear.
That was insane.
That was insane. I won't forget square.
The lap 1 collision with Davis, he didn't leave any space on his side. We both went for a spin. I dropped down to P20. I can't believe this. What a race. Oh my gosh.
Well, the day were 2 championship contenders, DNF. Guys, I don't know what to say. That's tied for the championship lead now. And a podium for P17 for Ditto as well. I'm gonna invite Square as well. First points for him. Yeah, I didn't order. Yeah, there you go. I think you guys gotta celebrate like that, Axe.
Square's P10. Let's go. Let's go. Yo.
There you go.
Oh, what a go.
2 chaotic races in a row. Where do I start? Patriot, make sure your audio is included. Patriot.
Yep.
A win 2 weeks in a row. I know you had contact with Davis in the first lap, but do you think penalty? What do y'all think happened?
On my screen, I was aggressive going into 1. I wanted to keep it side by side with Davis through turns 1 and 2, heading for the straight into the next corner. So I went for a dive bomb. He didn't leave space. I left him space. He didn't really, I don't think on my screen he didn't really leave me any space. So kind of frustrating. I was really mad. He didn't leave me the space. We fall back to P20. And all of a sudden all the cars start wrecking in front of me and I somehow get back to P1 on the final lap. I'm just at a loss for words on what just happened. I'm gonna need to watch.
Now, the aggression with Fire King, I know you guys were battling for what would be the race lead right now. You guys were battling for the race lead. There was a little bit of contact. Tell me about the battle, and tell me about how you came from the back and came to finish back up front and take that race lead. Everyone was spinning, it looked like. Describe the chaos. It's on a different level of chaos I think we've seen. And we saw, as well, different podium provided and other tiers last season as well. We've seen many podiums provided off of chaoticness at the track.
Sudden, I see Davis DNF. I don't know what happened between him and Raptor. I see Luke spin, and that promotes me up to P2, something like that. Something happened, and then Hissy, I think, he pit the final lap. So
Yeah.
I'm still confused. I'm gonna have to watch the stream back. I can't believe what just happened.
I think a lot of people are confused. A difference of opinions on incidents, a difference of the way the race going for people. You know, describe how much of another level of chaos that was compared to previous races like Britain, Italy last season, where appeals and podiums. I mean, tell me about the chaos, because that was just a different level of chaos.
Oh, it was crazy. I knew I didn't want to be stuck behind traffic. I didn't have any wing damage. I was just holding my wheel straight while going 10 miles per hour backwards through 1 and 2. I pit after the virtual safety car on lap 1, and I took my mediums to the end, and the path just cleared for me to get back up to first somehow, all the way from P20. So I'm still at a loss for words. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I hope the admins can control the chat, because I don't know how this is gonna go. Regardless, that was questionable. I gotta ask, the way that went with everyone, did you even know what was going on with the leaders? I mean, you basically had a spin and on the first lap and came back to win it. So tell me about it.
I had no idea what chaos was going on. I wasn't in the party with Davis, but he joined my party after his collision. He was like, Raptor just wrecked me. And I was like, okay, another position. That was like P5. Luke spins. I get past Ditto. I get past Terry. And then Hissy. I thought he had it won. I thought he went from mediums to softs, but he just didn't pit.
He stayed out. Yeah, he just didn't pit. I know. I don't know
He
what he
just
was
didn't
thinking.
pit. Oh,
I don't know.
the path just cleared for victory. I'm still confused. I'm gonna have to watch the stream.
Yeah, I don't even know myself. I mean, I was saying one thing and landed
Me
saying
neither.
another. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that was probably the most confusing commentary race I think I've ever done. I don't even know.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yep.
But congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
It's still under investigation if Davis sends in a clip of what happened lap 1 or what goes on. But Fire King, I gotta go on to you. Hey, you said yesterday, team leaders, look out for me. I might not be able to make some of the races the rest of the season, but look out for me. Yeah, you took P2. I think we're gonna look out for you. Tell me about it. Include your audio. We've been talking to you for the second time now. You're on the podium for the first time. First podium for you, Toroso. Constructors lead still, I'm pretty sure. So tell me about it. The race gap is kind of close enough. If Patriot gets a penalty from the Davis incident or anything that happens, you could be given the race win. With all that being said, Furry King, include your audio. Let me know what you thought of that race. I don't even know how you feel.
I thought it was a complete just cluster mess, whatever you want to call it. It was just turn 1. Oh, I don't know where to go there. My teammate spun. All I saw was him get hit, and I just tried to make my way around it without wing damage, and then he got hit one time and it knocked him into me. And so I had to go to the back for it. But driving through the field, man, just avoiding everybody. I had to avoid the barrier in the carousel area. Those two right-handers had to avoid the barrier because it was popped out. Oh, it was just an exciting race, and it's got my adrenaline going.
Tell me how confused you are, and tell me about lap 1, because you had almost no front wing. You had damage on lap 1. You had to drive through back to the field, and you came to finish P2. Tell me about it. What all happened to you? I know you had missing front wing, but you came back to the field. I'm confused of what to say to you. What all happened in your perspective?
I have no clue what happened. I thought about starting in the back and avoiding everything, just keeping my nose clean. But once my nose got damaged, I thought my race was done. And then it just got by luck. VSC came out, people DNF'd, and it's a shame Davis DNF'd, but he's part of the reason I got it. Oh, I'm at a loss of words.
Well, you were in a battle for the race lead at one point with Patriot. What would be the race lead and what would be the race win? So if Patriot gets penalized for the incident with Davis, I'm not sure if anyone sent in a ticket or what's all gone. I don't even know. But I know Patriot made contact with Davis. If that gets pushed back or, changed differently, you could be given the race win. Think about that. If you were given the race win off of that, a chaotic, a dirty race, I'll say, for sure. What's the difference between chaos and a next level chaos? Because I think that's just extremely up there. I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Oh, this race, it was just complete mess. You had people who shouldn't be up at the front leading, that start in the back, they run the back. It was just crazy, man. You had you had Chevy start at the back, he made it up to the front, and then I don't know what happened for him to DNF, but it's just a mess that if you could avoid it, it was beautiful. It's beautiful if you could avoid it because you got benefits. But I'm just happy I made my team owner proud and I made my buddy GSR Thrasher very proud. He made the strategy call to pit when I did, and he told me just to keep it clean and that I possibly cost myself a shot at the win when I hit Patriot when I didn't mean to. But oh.
Well, again, I think I gotta say it myself. If anyone is still watching, I think we have to make a documentary about this. The Renault-Torosa rivalry. It continues again. You've had issues with Raptor before, Fire King, and Davis and Raptor had issues for the race lead, and they both got damaged, and Davis went out. Constructors lead is still kept, but the problem is Racing Point with that win are gonna gain on you guys. Tell me about the Renault-Torosa rivalry, and tell me just about what Davis kind of thought of the incident with Raptor.
Well, it's not new. Toro's been going at it with Renault since about Bahrain. Well, when Davis he says he got blocked by Raptor, and Raptor just swerve blocked him and it spun him. I don't know what happened, but if that happened, it's not a shock, it's not new. He's done that to me multiple times. It's just a matter of how you get past a moving chicane while going through a chicane. You can't. It's just stupid. He's pissed at them all. They're all mad at Davis. So it's just it's a big thing. It's a big thing.
I just want to add the insight on that. Obviously, the incident. A lot of people can blame Davis. A few people blame Raptor, but it all depends on like who obviously went left, who went right, who moved first, who moved second. So obviously everyone shouldn't jump to conclusions just yet because this will probably take a while to investigate if stewarding. But I'd say like no one should be trying to argue with like Raptor and Davis shouldn't be arguing if they are arguing, or no one from the Toro or Renault, because I prefer if they didn't. To be fair, as a team owner, obviously P&B will definitely get this thing sorted out and looked at straight away or as soon as he can. I also have a finale to commentate with GSR in a little while, so I better hope I better hope everything goes well with that. But regardless, I don't know if you have any questions for Fire King Atlantis, but I think I'm done for me at least. Congrats on P2. What could be the race win? Who knows? I've actually got one for Patriot. Now at the back Patriot, when you first came out of the turn 1 collision, you were right back down there in the pit lane. Did you jump a few people? Because you might have jumped a few people to give them positions, and if you did jump a few people in the pit lane, that was definitely a well-deserved P1. If you're still there, Patriot, you might not be. Don't think he is. I've just been.
I don't think. Regardless, I think we could go to Ditto. First French driver on the podium. Make sure you include your audio. Third place. Avoided the trouble. People always have, I guess, the criticism toward you most of the time about, you know, your defending, your driving, your aggressiveness. You know, people have the criticism, and they might have a right to, they might not. But regardless, a podium for you. This one looks like it's kept this time. I didn't see any problem with the driving. This time, you're P3, first French driver on the podium. How do you look at that? Because now, you get to celebrate finally.
Of course, you mentioned the criticism and all that, and this is how I respond. It helped avoiding the turn 1 shit show that happened. Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
It's alright.
Don't worry,
It's,
don't
yeah,
worry.
okay. It helped avoiding the turn 1 crash, and well, it didn't really help much, but it helped enough that I can gain more positions, and strategy also helped as well, with the pit crew being efficient with the stops.
Hey, P17 to P3 though. Tell me about that though as well. I didn't know you're still continuing.
I'll definitely say there was a bit of luck with that. I mean, there's no arguing with that. But there was also I feel some merit in that. Well, with again, like I mentioned, the strategy and the efficient stop with the efficient stop when needed, and it helped me up into the podium places, and also benefiting from the leaders crashing out. You know, it's all about being there at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I've got to mention, you're a reserve. You came into Austria, P5, sitting in a good position there. We've seen so many underdog podiums from this season. We've seen so much chaos. 17 different drivers have got a podium this season in Tier 3 at this point. The chaos. On another level. How do you describe the chaos yourself? Because that's on another level of chaos.
It really is another level of chaos if I can get up onto the podium through it.
Best result for you so far. Last season you made your debut in this race. Debut last season? P5 at best, or battle with Riles. Now you got a podium now in Tier 3. How do you look at all that?
Of course. I made my debut here with McLaren, and now I'm up on the podium.
I just want to add on to that. I was watching you for the most of the race because obviously you surprisingly were up there today, and the overtaking, the defending, you've definitely improved from what I saw in Austria, which I bet you're very happy about, because obviously back in Austria you had the collision with Zig, and then obviously you got a lot of negative feedback from that, and I feel like you've definitely come to Italy today in Tier 3 and definitely improved from, and like been much, you've had a much more cleaner race than what you did in Austria, that's for sure. The overtakes are much cleaner, you had the speed, the defending was much more cleaner, and I think it was just a brilliant race for you all around.
Absolutely. I myself do consider it a payback for Austria.
Yeah,
Which is,
I can agree with that. Congratulations on P3. I think Dominant Square, if he's still there, I hope to talk to him. Is Square still there?
Hello.
Hey, Dominant
Hello.
Square, first points for you. Only your 4th star in league racing. 4th star in this league. The only league you've made starts in. And I gotta ask, Axe took his first podium at this racetrack in LDRL earlier this week at this track. He took a podium in ARL last season as well. He won this race in GSR. How do you feel to kind of consider that the legacy with you guys? You get your first points, you know, Axe gets a win in GSR. For a while it's been, and ARL first podium, LDRL first podium at this track. Make sure your audio's included.
All I could say is, Italy's very lucky in the bonfire house.
Well, back and forth, you got involved in lap 1 collision, I'm pretty sure, and you had some struggles there.
I
Tell me about
I got
this
wing
race.
damage. I had a pit. I also got a 5-second penalty. I'm looking to remove there. I don't know if that'll promote me or anything, but yeah, I had a pit lap 1, and I took mediums till the end, and yeah, I just raced. A lot of people crashed. I got quite a few positions that way. Yeah.
Hey, your first points in league racing a week after Burning Man took his. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, you had some battles throughout the field. You had some guys you were close to. How do you take any positives out of this race after you got involved in the lap 1 crash?
Well, I'm hoping I can carry this momentum, I guess, to any other future races I do. Hopefully look for more points in the future.
Yeah. Now, do you plan on racing more often? Because Germany's next week as well, where you did your first race last season.
Might. Well, because just Dylan Boy is coming back towards the end of the season, I might race for Renault until the end of that, until he comes back. So.
Well, tell me about the collision with Raptor, your driver, and Davis. Definitely a lot of questions asked. I mean, you
I
own
didn't
that
see
team.
it.
You literally own that team. But I know the stream saw it. I know people complained about it. I know people blamed people. But tell me about the collision, what you thought of it, or what you were told of it, and what you know, at least, from that point of view.
Well, I didn't see it, but I'm hoping nothing too severe happens to Raptor, so he could keep those points he got. But
now, on another level of chaos, I've talked to people about the chaos race. Tell me about that chaos compared to other league races you've done. You've done Germany, you've done Spain, you've done Hungary, and you didn't finish in the points. You finished the race in 2 or 3 of those. Now you finished the race again today, and you finished inside the points. How do you look at the chaos compared to those races? Because today was another level of chaos.
well, for sure, I was lucky to not be involved in much chaos except for lap 1. Compared to the other races where obviously it was full of chaos and yeah.
Now, who was race engineering you this time? That's my question.
Mr. Utile Elephant 36 and Axe was helping me a bit too from the side.
Yeah. So, how do you look at future races, and how do you look at the constructor standings and just stuff like that with everyone else, with your team and everyone else, and just where you stand as a team leader, and just in general where everything else is for your drivers?
Well, feels good to finally get a point, even if it's just one for my team.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta take what you can. Anyways, congratulations on the P10, and congratulations on a point now for Italy for all that
Thank you.
chaos. Guys, I want to mention things during the stream right now. We don't know what the race victory could look. We don't know if Patriot's keeping it. We don't know what's all gonna happen because Patriot and Davis made contact at turn 1. Davis and Raptor made contact. Many people made contact. There was a bunch of clips that we'll talk about and need for sorting because lap 1 was just a cluster hell. I'm not going to say the other word for it, but lap 1 was just a cluster.
It was.
We can all agree on that. We can all agree. And I think, that usually doesn't happen. We usually don't have people run right into everyone and run right into the field like that, but I know hopefully the driving will have to be fixed and the stuff with that. I don't know who caused that. I don't know what all happened. I only saw at the start of the pack. I only saw that, and then I saw Mercedes spinning, so we don't know what all happened. We don't know what all will the penalties be if Fire King keeps P2, for example, or P, whatever. I don't know who keeps what. I don't know right now. You're gonna have to find out when sorting is done, because right now I have to go commentate GSR almost pretty soon for the finale of Bahrain, so I gotta go do that when I have the chance to, but I'm just gonna talk about this for a little while more. Penalties, whatever, I don't know. Tomorrow, expect the same level of chaos. Scripted weather for Tier 2 as well, just like today. And I don't know, that type of chaos. I hope we have the driving improve. We don't usually have that happen, but we don't want to have 2 pages of sorting just because of that incident and that appeal. But regardless, interesting race for sure at the front of the field. Spins from the lead. Not the first time we've seen it in ARL. For sure. A wacky, weird, chaotic race, something we've never seen before, but in the end we'll have to find out who takes a podium, who takes a win, what all happens, because Patriot was involved in a lap 1 incident, Davis and Raptor were involved in an incident, Renault versus Torosso back at it again. We don't know what's all going to go on. I mean, have you guys tune in for tier 2 tomorrow and tier 1 on Sunday, because a lot a lot could change. And I'm dead serious, a lot can change because of penalties and stuff like that. But we'll have to find out because it's just a big unknown at this point. And yeah, make sure you guys tune in for Tier 2 tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. UK, and same time for Sunday as well for Tier 1. We'll have to find out what goes on there. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll have to see you guys later. You guys have a good night.